and cowgirls, before we get into today's video, everybody get your flotation devices on because you're going to need it for today's video, okay? We're talking about two different ship companies. One, Carnival Cruise Line, CCL stock. We're talking about NAT stock, Nordic American tanker, and oil tanker company. We're talking about both these stocks. Let's get it done. Let's get it talking about it, okay? I've seen so many comments like this. Please talk about CCL. Please talk about NAT. I mean, every day I always see comments, people wanting me to give updates on CCL, on NAT stock, and I said, let's just do this dang thing, okay? So we're going to do an update on these two stocks. I'm going to give you my opinion on them now, if I'm buying these stocks, selling these stocks, if I made any moves with them recently. We're just going to get all of this done in one big video. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. And let me just say, man, if these ships don't head right over the next couple of years, I might never buy a ship stock again because these two have treated me rough, man. They have used and abused me, these two stocks. Let me just put it that way. They are by far and away my two worst stocks. They have used and abused me. I'm like J-Lo in that movie in Enough. You ever seen that one? That's like me and these two stocks right now. It gets insane. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you guys did. I've gotten a crazy amount of requests to talk about these two stocks. And also, just so you know, linked in the description down there, I have a free new video I created for you guys on how to create a low-risk, high-reward stock market account from scratch. So that's going to be the first link down there in the description. Definitely check out that. You will enjoy it, okay? So first up here, we're talking about CCL, Carnival Cruise Line stock. As of today, as of recording this right now, it's $16 a share. This stock has had one of the craziest 6-month charts you're going to find out there, okay? This stock was over $50. Everything was going just according to plan, just fine. It actually was going to be an amazing year for Carnival Cruise Line. They were likely going to have record net income this year. They were likely going to pay out some amazing dividends. Like 2020 was going to be an amazing year for Carnival Cruise Line, regardless of really what happened even economically, even if we had strong growth or not that strong growth, unless there was like a once in 100-year event that happened called Rona. That could be the only thing that really messed up the business model, and it did that, and the stock just absolutely dove like nobody's business because, hey, I mean, who could have predicted the entire business model would be shut down? Like, this is on a whole other level. So unfortunately, a once in 100-year experience has happened now, and CCL stock has gone from over $50 a share in the past 6 months to, at its lows, it was under $8 a share. Just a crazy dive in a company that's generally a very stable company. It's the truth with CCL. It's generally speaking a very stable company. Great dividend payer. You know, this isn't the type of stock you're going to double your money overnight in, but it's usually not the type of stock you're going to lose, 70-80% in a matter of a few months. But when a once in a 100-year event comes out like Rona, obviously you see what's happened. And then it went from under 8 to went to all the way up to $25 a share in literally like a couple months span. Now it's shot back down to $16 a share, but that chart there is just amazing. Just crazy 6-month chart. 52-week low is actually $7.80 a share. That's absolutely amazing, okay? Let's look at some bad news for CCL, okay? The Miami-based company posted an adjusted loss, this just came out last week, posted an adjusted loss of $2.4 billion or $3.30 a share. Earnings of $457 million happened in the past year, so they went from being extremely profitable to taking the most insane losses imaginable, and that kind of happens when your entire business model is shut down overnight. Like, I mean, this is a gigantic corporation that literally can't even do business right now. It's one of the craziest things you'll ever see in your life. Like, this is just, it's on a whole other level. Like I said, a recession, a recession, you can deal with the recession if you're CCL or any company out there in the travel industry. Yeah, businesses might just be a little down, but it's a whole different thing when you have to be forced to be shut down for months and months and months. It's crazy. So losses are enormous at Carnival Cruise Line right now. Carnival Cruise Line also announced they want to sell about a half dozen of their older cruise ships. I can't imagine that they're going to get, high dollar amounts for those ships. One, they're older ships. Two, right now it's just not the best time to sell cruise ships, but Carnival Cruise Line is doing everything in their power, whether it's raising money, selling ships, whatever they have to do to make it sure they get it to the other side where they can once again have their cruise business opened up. That's the most important thing. Just getting through this without going bankrupt, essentially, get to the other side, And then you're going to be a very profitable business in the future again. People will return to cruising. We all know this. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow, but it will happen over in future years. And the company will be very profitable again. They just have to get over to the other side without going bankrupt. And they're trying to do everything in their power to do this, okay? This news just came out about 2 days ago. Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Line, and all the different players out there, they all basically said that they're not going to cruise until at least October. Okay, so now we're looking at least October until these guys are ready to get up and cruising. Second quarter 2020 Carnival Cruise Line CCL stock ended with $7.6 billion of available liquidity, and the company expects to further enhance future liquidity, including through refinancing scheduled debt maturities. In addition, the company has $8.8 billion of committed export credit facilities that are available to fund ship deliveries originally planned through 2023. Total customer deposits balance as of May 31st, 2020 was $2.9 billion. That's actually a really good sign there, okay? If we were trying to find some good news in that, the customer deposits, okay? Including $475 million related to cruises during the second half of 2020. So between looking at what they have for their credit facilities, as well as customer deposits and things like that, I would say as of right now, as of today, I would say there's a 60-40 chance they go bankrupt, a 60% chance they do not go bankrupt, and a 40% probability they do go bankrupt. Essentially meaning there's a better probability that they're not going to go bankrupt than they do go bankrupt. And that's good news. That's as of today. Now, these numbers can change dramatically. If cruising starts again in the fall, that bankruptcy number is going to go down to about 10% in my opinion. It'll go from the 60-40 to about 90-10, okay? If they can get back cruising in the fall. If they can't even cruise in the fall and they have to wait all the way until 2021 to start doing cruises, then we'll actually flip-flop here and we'll go from essentially a 60-40 to actually a 40-60 where there's a higher probability of bankruptcy if they cannot start doing cruising in 2020 at some point. But as of right now, it's a 60-40 chance. Now, something interesting, I received a DM in my private stock group the other day in the Discord chat, and somebody that works for a travel agency that does a lot of business with Carnival Cruise Line and the cruise operators in general. They said essentially they're actually seeing very strong demand for people booking cruises in 2021. This is very intriguing. This means essentially there's definitely a good amount of customers that are actually willing to book cruises in 2021. And it kind of makes sense, right? People have been cooped up in their house. They want to live life again, man. They want to go on trips. They want to go on cruises and things like that. And so a lot of folks are figuring Rona is going to, kind of pass throughout this year, maybe even into next year. And let's go on a cruise, man. You can book for obviously very cheap right now compared to how you can usually book, and a lot of folks are saying, I'll take that risk. I'll take that risk of whatever it is, and I'll book for 2021. Hey man, I live in Las Vegas, okay? And I've been down to Las Vegas Strip several times on the weekends since we reopened just a few weeks ago. And I can tell you, there's actually a good amount of people that are coming out. A lot of them drive in from California, but just a lot of people in general. It's not like it's back to 100% of what it used to be. I can tell you that. But there's still a good amount of people that are willing to travel and eat up these deals and get out of the house and go do something. So I can definitely see that if that's already happening in 2020, I can definitely see people looking at 2021 as, let's go on a cruise at the end of the day. I didn't even know that was still a business where people actually, call a travel agency. I guess some people still do it. When I booked my cruise this past year, right before Rona took off, I actually just went to Carnival Cruise Line's business. But right now, man, it is really, really cheap, okay? Now, in terms of me and my buying, selling Carnival, I'm still holding my shares of Carnival Cruise Line. What I'm hoping for, I have my fingers crossed for this, I'm hoping that Carnival Cruise Line, CCL stock, is $15 or lower come September, October range of 2020. Why is that? Well, that is when the Jan 2023 calls and puts come out. And what I would love to play, assuming they get back up and running as far as their cruises go in the fall time, and assuming the share price is around $15 or lower, I would love to buy some out of the money 2023 call options in this particular stock. Something around an $18 strike price or something like that is what I would be looking at essentially. So if that happens, I'm definitely interested in some out of the money calls. not doing that heavy, but I do look at that as, a potential opportunity as the business bounces back over the next few years. And so that covers CCL stock there. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now on to Nordic American tanker stock, ticker symbol NAT. As of today, this stock is $4.32. People want to know, am I buying the stock, selling the stock? What the heck is going on with NAT stock? Okay, let's talk about NAT, okay? Well, let's get the one good news out first, okay? About the only good news with NAT stock recently. I did receive a dividend of $966 into my Fidelity account on the 5th, okay? The 5th of June. So that's about the only good news is I did receive that $966 dividend, okay? Let's get into some bad news because there's definitely some bad news. It's not like there's no reason why the stock has gone down recently, okay? Suezmaxes. This is what NAT has. They have Suezmax tankers. They hold about 1 million barrels of oil. Okay, Suezmaxes, this is what NAT has, and the rates have been in basically free fall for about 2 months straight now, just in complete free fall. We knew the old rates they were getting, it wasn't going to hold up forever. We knew it was going to fall, but the just straight free fall we've been in for the last 2 months has scared a lot of investors out of the stock. It's caused a lot of selling pressure, and that's why we're at a stock that's in the $4 range here today. I mean, this came out, we're going to get new numbers, by the way, coming out tomorrow around this. You can actually see the numbers on NAT's investor relations page. But as of right now, the numbers have been dropping. Last week, 13.9 was a tanker market index for the Suezmaxes. Now this week was 12.5. Let's hope the numbers didn't go down again. Let's hope, okay, the numbers didn't go down again this week. Because like I said, this has just been in free fall for literally about 2 straight months. This chart shows you essentially where the tanker market index has gone monthly since essentially April, right? April, it reaches an all-time high. Things are amazing, just amazing. We knew that was unsustainably high. It's not going to keep up there forever, but I mean, literally just look at the free fall. It has just gone down and down and down. And look at how much lower it is than where it was just a couple months ago. It's not even remotely close. The good news, okay, you want to find some good news in relation to NAT stock or these oil tanker stocks, is essentially the fact that the numbers are still much higher than where they were in 2018 or 2019. Now, 2018 and 2019 were awful years, just awful years during basically the whole first half into the middle of those particular years, okay? So it's not really the ideal situation. You don't want to really be anywhere remotely close to those numbers, but they are higher, okay? So that's the one good news. It's higher than it was in 2019, 2018, although that's not saying much. 2020 year to date is still substantially higher than any year in recent history. And that's another piece of good news there. 2020 still, really good overall. But what do we need when it comes to NAT stock to get the stock moving in the right direction again, which is up, right? Stability. This is what we need in the stock. We need the tanker market index to stop this free fall it has been in. We need some stability. We need things to even out a bit and maybe even start inching up. We don't need it to go back to 120. Like, that's completely unrealistic. That would be beautiful if that happened. That's not, more than likely it's not happening, okay? If that did happen, the stock would go parabolic. But more than likely that's not happening. So all we need right now is we need stability. We need these numbers to kind of even out, maybe start to inch up. And then once we get into September, October, November, December through the fall, we really need those numbers to start ramping up. This is what we need if we're really going to see NAT stock move up in a major way, which is what I'm sure a lot of us would love. I mean, a lot of us are in it for the dividends, as I am, but in terms of stock price and getting to a place where we're all profitable on this and money's made, we really need those rates to stabilize right now, and we need them to start going up, come fall time, essentially, okay? If that happens, let's be very clear, if that happens, the stock price will be going up likely. If we can get stability and we can get those tanker rates moving back up in the right direction, especially if we can get it done before fall time, but even moving into fall, we'll likely see the stock move up again because it's been such an amazing 2020. We just need stability, man. We can't keep having these tanker rate reports come out and every single time it's just down and down and down. It's not, investors just aren't going to buy into the story. They're like, everything's getting worse and worse. Why would I want to buy into that? We need things to change, and hopefully that will happen. We'll obviously see what happens there. Definitely check out NAT's investor relations page every Friday. They come out with the new reports, and let's just track those Suezmax numbers and let's see if it continues to be in free fall or we start to turn the right way. As you guys know, I'm planning on holding this one for 1 to 2 years. That is my plan with this one. I should get paid out some very nice dividends, and hopefully whenever I do sell out this, I sell it at a profit. It'd be nice to collect a bunch of dividend money and sell the stock for profit. That is my hope in this one. We just need tanker rates to start moving in the right direction again, okay? So that is my opinion on NAT stock CCL. Hope you guys enjoy this as always. Don't forget, first link down there in the description if you want to learn how to create a low risk, high reward stock account from scratch. I got a full video for you linked down there in the description. Definitely check out that and enjoy it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.